Hey everyone, welcome. As the weather starts to get a little cooler, there's just nothing better than filling your home with that warm, comforting smell of baking. So today, we're going to make the ultimate cozy treat, a pull-apart cinnamon beehive bread. It is as fun to make as it is, believe me, delicious to eat.
Now, if you love cinnamon rolls but you're looking for something, I don't know, even lighter, fluffier, then you've come to the right place. This beehive bread, it has this heavenly cinnamon flavor that just melts in your mouth. It's absolutely perfect for sharing or, just savoring all by yourself with a hot cup of coffee.
All right, let's get into it. Section 1. Crafting the cloud-like dough. So, the secret to this bread's incredible softness? It all starts right here, with the dough. And our very first step is to wake up the yeast. Okay, this step is absolutely crucial. What you're looking for is that beautiful, foamy layer to form right on top of the water. That foam? That's your proof. It's telling you, hey, I'm alive, I'm active, and I'm ready to work my magic. It's going to give your dough a spectacular rise. So, once your yeast is all foamy and ready to go, pour it right into a large mixing bowl. Add in your oil and powdered milk. Give it a quick stir. Now we're going to start adding the dry ingredients. And here's a little tip. The exact amount of flour can vary a little depending on the humidity in your kitchen, so add it in gradually. Just keep mixing until a soft dough starts to come together. All right, now for what I honestly think is the most important part of this whole process, kneading. Whether you're using a stand mixer with a dough hook or just your own two hands, you've got to give it a full 10 minutes. This is what develops all that gluten, and that's what gives the bread its signature chewy yet super soft texture. Don't skimp on this part. After those 10 minutes, the dough should feel incredibly soft and elastic. And listen, don't worry if it's still a little sticky to the touch. In fact, that's what you want. That little bit of stickiness is the key. It's the secret to making the final bread unbelievably light and soft, almost like cotton, seriously. Okay, so just lightly oil a clean bowl, place your beautiful dough inside, and cover it up with a clean kitchen towel. Now, find a warm, kind of dark spot for it to rest. In about an hour, you're going to come back to a dough that is totally doubled in size. It'll be all puffy and full of air. It's pretty amazing to see. Section 2. Shaping the beehive buns. So, once our dough has risen so beautifully, it's time for the really fun part, shaping those individual buns to create that lovely beehive pattern. First things first, gently punch the air out of that risen dough. Then divide it up into small, uniform balls. If you have a kitchen scale, aiming for about 18 grams each will give you the perfect size. And now for a little surprise that I love, you can tuck a small cube of cream cheese right inside each one. Then just arrange the balls in your prepared pan, but make sure to leave just a little space between them so they have room to expand. All right, now here is a special technique that, I'm telling you, makes all the difference. A lot of recipes will have you dip each ball in cinnamon sugar, but the problem with that is it can cause the bottoms to burn in the oven. We're going to do something way more effective.
So instead, we're going to mix up our topping and sift it generously over all the buns at once. Here's why this is so great. As the buns do their final rise, that cinnamon sugar is going to coat the tops and trickle down the sides. It creates this beautiful finish without any risk of burning on the bottom. And that little touch of cocoa, it adds this wonderful depth of flavor. But hey, it's totally optional.
All right, section 3. Baking to golden perfection. We are so close. Your kitchen is about to be filled with the most incredible, comforting aroma. It's time to get this beauty into the oven. So after you've sprinkled on that cinnamon topping, cover the pan again and just let the buns have one short final rest. Seriously, 10 minutes is all they need. It just gives them that little extra puff before they hit the heat of your preheating oven. You're going to bake this in a preheated oven at 190 degrees Celsius, that's 375 Fahrenheit, for about 15 to 20 minutes. You'll know they're done when they're perfectly puffed up and a beautiful golden brown. And I promise you, the smell, oh my gosh, the smell will be absolutely divine. Section 4. The dreamy cream cheese glaze. So while the bread is baking and that amazing cinnamon scent is filling the air, let's whip up the perfect creamy, tangy glaze to pour right over the top. These simple ingredients come together to create that classic, irresistible cream cheese glaze. For me, that cream cheese is key. It provides this wonderful tang that cuts right through the sweetness and just perfectly balances the warm spice of the bread. Okay, so the trick here is to start by beating your cream cheese and softened butter until they are completely smooth.
no lumps. Then add your powdered sugar and beat for a good 2 to 3 minutes. This is really important because it dissolves the sugar completely so you don't end up with a grainy texture. Finally, just thin it out with a little milk until it's the perfect, pourable consistency you're looking for.
And now for the best moment of all. Time to enjoy. Your bread is baked, your glaze is ready. It's time to bring it all together and enjoy the masterpiece you just created.
Okay, now this is a really important tip. Once the bread comes out of the oven, you have to resist the urge to glaze it immediately. I know it's hard, but just let it cool for 5 to 10 minutes. If you pour the glaze on when it's piping hot, it's just going to melt and run right off. This little wait lets the glaze set up beautifully on top.
And hey, don't be shy with that glaze. Pour that lovely, creamy frosting all over the top. Make sure you let it sink into all those little nooks and crannies between the buns. This is pure comfort in a pan right here. This is a treat that is truly meant for sharing. You don't even need knives or plates. Just place it right in the center of the table and let everyone pull a warm, soft piece for themselves. It's just unbelievably light, so delicious, and oh, so satisfying.
And there you have it, a warm, comforting, and absolutely irresistible cinnamon beehive bread, made from scratch right in your own kitchen. I guess the only question left is, who are you going to share your masterpiece with? I truly hope you enjoy every single bite. Happy baking, everyone!